This week with the Morning Q crew.
Q93's Alexandria's #1 hit music station. New survey out today found that 43% of workers admit to having an affair with a colleague at work at some point in their lives. 25%.
43 is a crazy number.
I know. It's
That's
very
almost
high.
half, Josh.
I know. 25% of them said it happened in the workplace. 21% said it happened during work events. Another 21% said it happened digitally through calls, texting, and social media. 17% said it went down at a meeting outside of work. 14% took advantage of work trips away.
Okay, hold on. We got to read the yada yada here. You know, the fine print. It says that may seem high, but it includes everything from flirting to threesomes with coworkers. So that 43% could be a very harmless...
Cheating is cheating,
It could be a harmless little, oh, you look pretty today, to, hey, you and your husband, let's all go have some fun at your place. So, I mean, very, very odd. If you're curious what the most likely professions to cheat are, well, we've got the list for you. Number 1 is sales, with the irregular work hours and frequent network events.
They can kind of go and come as they please.
Come and go as
too.
you please. Emphasis on the first half of that.
Oh, you nasty.
I didn't do anything,
You're
dude.
nasty.
Come on. And so number 2 is a teacher. Again, this is
Let me
odd.
tell you something.
This is weird. I don't know
I
about
have
this.
a mother who teaches, and I hear some
Hold
horrible
on.
things, Brandon.
Is your mom
Like-
behaving, Josh?
No, my mom is behaving, but
Okay.
I've heard of principals and teachers hooking up. I've heard of them getting it on in the janitor's closet. I've heard some crazy stuff, Brandon.
I don't know.
Those teachers are some freaks.
that doesn't make me feel super great about our
I've heard
education
of
system.
Staff members kind of getting into relationships with students.
Yeah, that we see that in the news quite frequently. So healthcare is number 3. Then you got transport and logistics at 4. 5, hospitality and events management. 6, engineering and manufacturing. 7, property and construction. 8, accountants, banking and finance. 9, IT. And then the 10 is armed forces. And Josh, we do have good news. We have
I know why armed forces. They horny as hell, man.
Oh my goodness. Well,
They're away from home. They horny.
We do have good news, Josh. The professions least likely to cheat. We have that list. So number 1, science and pharmaceuticals. They didn't offer suggestion for why, but it's possible that the giant white coats just don't get people's engines revved up. 2, business consulting and management. 3, law enforcement and security. 4, creative arts and design. 5, media and internet. Josh, look, we're loyal guys. 6,
I don't know who took part in this survey, but it wasn't still on broadcast.
7, environment and agriculture. 8, marketing, advertising, and PR. 9, public services and administration. And 10, retail. For what it's worth, the affairs are not always exposed. 22% of the offenders believe their partner never found out.
Plus, I mean, you may not come out and say it if you're being asked in a survey. You know what I'm saying? I will say I'm a firm believer in keeping business and pleasure separated, kind of like family and business. You kind of don't want to mix the two. I've had someone before want to kind of date me that worked here, no longer works here. But I was like, no, because things can go south like really, really fast. What is that face you're making?
My mind just immediately started reeling
It's
of,
no one you know. It's
1,
way before
who
you
is
start
it?
working.
And 2, who would want to do that?
Oh, man. Anyway, that was long before you got here, Brandon.
Well, good, because it's dang sure not me.
We're talking. No, it's not you. Why would it be you?
Listen, I'm
I
just
wasn't
clearing
talking
the.
about
I'm just
you.
clearing the air, Josh. I feel like
Oh my
sometimes you
God.
got
Now
to clear
done
the
made
air.
it weird.
I didn't make it weird. You're the one that started kind of hinting towards me wanting to date you, and I don't want to date you, Josh.
Oh, Brandon, I was looking at you because your face was like.
I don't know. You were
stunned.
looking in my eyes the whole
It's a
time.
chick-
You said somebody wants to date me, and
It was a chick that no
Josh,
longer
I hate
works
to
here.
break your heart
We gotta
live
go to
on
break.
radio, but
Q93. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. On to your 5 random facts for today. Number 1, in 1934, there was a board game called Towards Soviet America, which was the opposite of Monopoly. The goals were to get rid of the rich and powerful in oppression and seize the means of production. It didn't catch on.
I'm not surprised. How about this, though? The smell of fresh cut grass is a distress signal. The grass is releasing a chemical that makes that smell to try to save itself from the mortal wound you just dealt it.
That is so sad.
It is sad.
That's why I hate that smell.
I did know this fact previously because I don't know. I've been on lawn mowing TikTok for a while, and
What? Lawn mowing TikTok?
yeah. So what they'll do is they'll find the most overgrown and gross yards that they can,
Right.
and they'll see if the person's home or if they're living there or whatever, and they'll knock on the door, and the people usually answer like, "What do you want?" And they go, "Can we cut your grass?" And they go, "We're not paying you." And he goes, "Good, I wanted to do it for free anyways." And so they'll cut the people's grass for free, and all they do is they just farm content of them mowing these people's yards because they show you the beginning, which is this overgrown lawn, and you get to watch them just cut down this forest. It's awesome. I love them.
I believe I got the next random fact.
That was a random fact. Now y'all know I like lawn mowing TikTok.
I hate the smell of lawns when it's being cut. Ugh. Number 3. There was an official U.S. presidential yacht until Jimmy Carter got rid of it in 1977. And
Well-
I bet you Joe's like, why, Jimmy? Why?
Joe Biden doesn't need a yacht because he takes naps
probably
anywhere.
fall over.
Yeah, he takes naps anywhere he goes, and he's on vacation 40% of the time.
Stop.
I'm not even getting political. That's just a fact. Corn is a type of grass. So look at that. I have 2 grass facts for you today.
Number 5. Your head ages faster than your feet, although just by nanoseconds. It's because your head is slightly farther from Earth's gravitational field, Brandon.
So you should be dancing for a much longer time than you're alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that song?
Every show. Listen,
Hey,
Josh.
I restrained myself. I could have sung Taylor Swift style
Here's
earlier.
what I want. I want in this studio, I want a board. And I want it to say shows without Josh singing. And it will stay on 0 because it's not possible for us to have a morning show without you singing
Dude,
some song.
I have a disease, okay?
You don't have a disease.
I'm not going to lie.
You don't.
I hear people say words and I
Do
immediately...
you think lying on the radio is okay, Josh?
No, I'm not lying. Wait, listen, Brandon,
You don't have
for
a disease
second.
that makes you sing.
I have a disease where you could say something and
That's
I think of the lyrics of a song and I start singing
That's
it.
not a disease.
You mentioned earlier style. It was some lyrics in it. I could have sung the Taylor Swift song. You mentioned dancing. We should be dancing.
So
I have
the
a disease.
The way I know you don't have a disease is because you have previously restrained yourself. You are capable of restraining yourself.
But it's
you just
hard.
choose not to.
No, it's hard not to.
Okay.
It's hard not. It's a disease. It's a
0.
musically
There's a
inclined
0
disease.
on the board, just so you know. The metaphorical board behind us, it's a 0.
I couldn't remember a damn thing in math school, but I remember every lyric ever made in a song. It's a disease, Brandon. It's a disease.
Crazy criminal.
Josh, if you've got this many decorations in your yard, you're definitely a Halloween super fan. A guy in Raleigh, North Carolina says someone stole $3,000 worth of Halloween stuff from his yard in the middle of the night last week. He goes all out every year and has so many decorations, an average person might not even know stuff was missing. So the people that were thieving from him, they stole an animatronic circus clown decoration, a custom-made Pennywise statue, 2 other killer clowns, and Jason from Friday the 13th. A few neighbors also had decorations missing from their yards, and it's dumb because a lot of it was unique stuff you can't sell online without being caught. The good news is there was an update over the weekend, and all but one of his decorations have been returned. He says his neighbors helped locate them, and last we heard, the only one still missing was Jason. It's not clear who took it all or if they'll face charges, but some of these crazy criminals, it makes sense that they are listed underneath this segment because what are you going to do with a stolen decoration? I don't get it. Halloween's already almost over. If you were to approach me, Josh, and say, hey, I've got the discount of a lifetime for you. I've got this super neat, super awesome, custom-made animatronic circus clown. I'll give it to you for $150. I would look at you and say, I don't care, because I don't. And it's already...
But some people care about that,
here's
Brandon. It's not all about you.
Here's my reasons, Josh, because it's already almost done with Halloween. So I would have, what is today? It's the 30th. I would have 2 days to have it up. 2 days. And 2, I mean, where am I going to keep it whenever I'm done with the holidays?
You can't pull that off,
Where
too,
am I-
unless you live far away, right?
Right.
I mean, if you put it up in your own yard, they're going to see it and you stole it.
Absolutely.
So I guess you could sell it, or you can just... Some people do stuff like this, Brennan, just to be an a-hole. They probably do that just to say, I stole that dude's thing, I'm going to throw it in the trash now.
I mean, it might have been some punk kid because whenever we decorate for Christmas, we don't decorate for Halloween. That's our one that we put a little effort into making the house look pretty. We would have the not string lights, but the yard lights, I guess, that kind of line your sidewalk in your yard.
Nice.
We had those, and there would be kids that would walk up and down our street, and they would just twist off light bulbs and take them, and then throw them into other people's yards. And one time we caught them, and we didn't like beat them up or anything. We were just like, "What are you doing?" They go, "Well, we just thought it was funny." No, it's not funny. You're gonna go home, and we walked him home, and we said, "Hey, this is your son. This is what he's doing. We need you to buy us more light bulbs because he's been throwing them." And of course, the parents, they get upset with the son. You get more light bulbs. They learn their lesson. Bada bing, bada boom.
Well, that's why I don't buy decorations for out those big blow up things and all that.
No, don't do it.
Because people steal that crap. Someone stole my plant, Brandon. What do you think if I go buy this fancy Halloween blow up thing in my front yard? What they would do? If they wouldn't just go pop it and destroy it, they'd steal it.
I still don't think somebody stole your plant.
Yes, someone stole my plant.
No,
and
I think
know
an
who
animal
it is.
like ate it or
It's my
something.
neighbor who did it. And they did it out of spite. That's what they did.
Why did they
They didn't
steal
want
it?
the plant, Brennan. They didn't replant the plant. They stole it just because they didn't want it to. They saw me watering it every day. And they're mad because I planted right there because they would drive over into my driveway to leave their house when they have two driveways themselves. That's why.
Maybe what they did is they were trying to back up out of their yard or whatever, like
they
you
ran
just
it
said.
over?
They ran it over, and then they tried to take the evidence.
Yeah, they could. That could have been it
That's
too.
probably
but
what
I
it was.
found their beer bottles thrown in my front yard out of fun for
Well,
them.
you
So
also-
I think they're just doing it just for shits and
You
giggles.
also live in Turkey Creek.
Don't say where I live, man. That has never been spoken on this show. I don't want people to know where I live.
Well, I mean, they'd find you no matter what.
I done ruined it. Now I have to have the paparazzi all up at my house.
They're
and
not. They
everything.
don't care about you,
man,
Josh.
The ladies are gonna be all at my front door.
I didn't give you a direct address.
Oh my God. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station.
So it is Halloween, and there is a lot of spooky stuff happening. And if someone surprised or scared you enough that you screamed today, it might actually be a healthy boost. In a new survey, more than half of Americans say they believe screaming positively affects their health, and more than half of millennials say the louder they scream, the better they feel afterward. Older adults don't necessarily agree with that, with most saying they don't like screaming loudly. Despite the relief, only 10% of people say they scream at least once a week. Women are more likely to say they scream out of fear, while men are more likely to scream out of pain. And there is some science behind screaming being healthy, with psychiatrists saying that screaming can release positive chemicals in your brain, and it can have cathartic effects that reduce stress. But other experts say there's little evidence that screaming provides long-term mental health benefits. Josh, I will say this. Sometimes whenever I am in my car, I will let out guttural primal screams, and it feels so good to just belt a scream out of nowhere. It almost feels like an immediate stress relief.
Almost like you're singing, maybe.
And it's
loudly.
not as though I'm super pent up or anything of that nature, but sometimes you just need to get one out of your system. And you're in your car, so it's not as though you're in your house and somebody's going to call a disturbance on you or
You're bothering
anything
anyone, yeah.
of that nature. You may, I mean, if you want to make it interesting, you could roll your windows down, and as you're driving, you could
So it's
let
those
out one of those
call-
screams, and people, they go, "What's going on?" But I do think that there's got to be something that is good about screaming. There's got to be some rewarding factor to it.
I agree. I do a lot. You know, my parents used to hate when I did it around the house. I'd walk around, just, belt something loudly, and something
Kinda
I
like-
heard on the TV or
Kind of similar to you singing all the time.
kinda.
Yeah.
But I would usually just say a statement loudly,
Oh, would it be a curse word?
No, not always a curse word. No.
Not always a cuss.
Like maybe it's a Creed song, like in my head. I could just scream like that.
I am so sorry to people that have their radios turned
Well, you
up.
asked for it. You kept asking.
You didn't have to do it, though.
Yes, I did.
You can have some self-discipline.
So although there's kind of conflicting reports, I think it does relieve stress because I feel good when I do it. Like, sometimes you just gotta just drop my pen, but sometimes you just gotta let one out.
Well, there
Brandon.
you have it. You
know?
have your two local. You've got.
You do that, you're like, yeah.
You've
Ready
got.
to tackle the day now. I feel loose.
You've got your two local stooges that have given you the factual evidence that screaming's good.
You know what? If it helps, call us. Scream over the phone. We'll
I don't know
gladly
about
take
that.
those in. We'll put them on the air.
I don't know about that.
Let's feel. It's Halloween. You gotta scream. Woo! Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music stations. Check out our podcast, Best of the Morning Q Crew, wherever you get your pods at. New episodes drop every single Friday.
Before we get into this break, I feel as though I need to confess of some blasphemy that I have committed.
No.
I just.
You know you don't have to do this, bro.
I do. Josh, you tricked me a little bit.
What?
You didn't intentionally do it. It was by no means intentional. You started singing a Christmas song. And I sang along. I'm guilty as charged.
No, I saw the
sang
video.
along.
I shared it on our socials, and now it's something I'm seeing.
I know, but I sang along, and that is against my rules. That is against my moral code. I'm supposed to wait until after Thanksgiving. Josh, I'm so ready for Christmas.
I know. Well, I mean, it's time.
And with Christmas, you have to buy a lot of stuff. And most
You
of the
can
times,
enjoy Christmas and Thanksgiving.
yeah, you can
at the
enjoy
same time.
both. And so Christmas, you're buying a lot of gifts, but on a regular basis, you're having to buy some things over and over and over again just for the comfortability of your own life. So someone just asked the internet, what things get you really annoyed to repurchase or replace? And the responses fit into 5 categories. Number 1, recurring purchases that can really add up. Things like gas, printer ink, subscriptions, streaming services, Botox, and even food. And then number 2, stuff that isn't made to last and needs upgrading. Things like certain appliances, a lot of technology, plastic goods, and fast fashion. I don't do fast fashion, but the technology thing, it does kind of stink sometimes, especially if you have an iPhone. You can give that thing about the lifespan of maybe 4 years max.
And my battery's already jacked up.
Yeah,
Ever
it's
since
gonna
I did
get
that
you.
iOS update, my phone's only 2 years old, and it's
Yeah.
all, the battery doesn't last me hardly at all. I mean, look, I've been using it for 3 hours, and I already have 80% battery left.
Oh, man. Well, here's number 3. There's also the stuff that people are probably too rough with and doesn't take care of. That could include cell phones, shoes, jeans, and vehicles, plus stuff that people are always losing, like tools and scissors. 4, normal, relatable gripes, like having to repeatedly buy cat litter, phone chargers, sunglasses, shower curtains, and non-stick pans. So, dude, I don't really buy a lot of non-stick pans. It's not something that I'm buying a lot.
No.
But, I mean, dog food could be on this list. Having to buy dog food all the time, all of that kind of stuff.
Heartboard, all
Yeah.
the stuff that comes with having an animal.
And then there's the weird stuff that makes you wonder what people are thinking. Some of those answers include can openers, toilet seats, and undergarments, which you probably should replace semi-regularly. And so there's a lot of things that we're always having to buy over and over again. I already kind of shared sometimes dog food is one of those things. I feel like bread. I never eat the whole loaf of bread before
Yeah.
it goes old.
Milk, too.
I hate doing it. Milk is one of them. And so things like that are
Lettuce.
probably my big. I don't eat a lot of lettuce.
I don't buy it because it goes bad before I can eat it all.
A lot of beef. I buy a lot of high protein meats and stuff of that nature. And usually it's got a very short shelf life. So if you don't freeze it, it's going to go old. And I don't really want to freeze it because it's going to get freezer burn, all that kind of stuff.
You know what I hate buying? Gasoline. Oh,
Yeah.
that's something I dread, having to go pump gas every week. It's like, gosh, just so out the way. You know what I'm saying?
So sad.
It is sad. So let us know, what's something you get tired of rebuying? Maybe it's phone chargers. I had one break on me this week out the blue. It was just like, nope, we're not charging your phone no more. I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
So call us 318-473-0093. You can also hit us up on the socials at Q93 Alexandria. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. But I can't believe it's already week 9 of the National Football League's 2023 season, and it's time to make our picks.
Josh, wow. Last week, you made up a little bit of ground going at 12-3. I went 11-4. So now the total records for us is Josh, you are sitting at 72-49. I am sitting at 75-48. We'll take it, dude. I will take our overall records. That means that we, for the most part, get the games right.
And this week is going to be a big one.
It's going to be a big one for sure. We have the most differences we've had, I think, ever on this week.
I don't feel so confident, Brandon.
I don't feel so confident in mine either,
really?
though.
Okay.
I mean, your picks are. I would take your picks. I think you would take my picks on a lot of these.
There's a lot of close games.
There's a lot of close games. So our first difference is in the first game, which is tonight. Josh is rolling with Tennessee. I'm rolling with Pittsburgh. I think Will Levis has a big game for Tennessee, but I think Pittsburgh is scrappy and they get the win. It's at Pittsburgh, and Mike Tomlin's got a really good home record. Then the next game, Miami versus Kansas City. We're both rolling with Miami. We're both rolling with the Dolphins. Then you got Atlanta and Minnesota. Josh is taking Atlanta. I'm taking Minnesota. Minnesota did trade for Joshua Dobbs from the Arizona Cardinals, who's had a sneaky
That's
okay
a bold
year.
Pick by you, man.
Yeah, it is a
That's
bold pick, but Taylor Heineke, he's a backup. He's decent. He's pretty good. But I don't know. There's something about these Vikings. They're putting together a little miracle season right now. Arizona and Cleveland, we're both rolling with Cleveland. The Los Angeles Rams versus Green Bay, we're both rolling with the Rams. I think that the honeymoon season with Jordan Love is over, and they're going to start calling for his name pretty soon up there in Lambeau. Washington and New England, that's another one where we have a difference. Josh is rolling with Washington. I'm rolling with New England. Then you got Chicago and New Orleans. This one might bite us in the tail. We're both taking New Orleans. So please, New Orleans, we are.
And the Saints play well offensively 2 weeks in a row.
We are begging you to do something. It is next is Seattle and Baltimore. We're both, we're both taking Baltimore. So our next difference is Tampa Bay and Houston. I'm taking Tampa Bay. Josh is taking Houston. I think that game could go to either team. Then you've got Indianapolis and Carolina. We're both rolling with the Colts. Gardner Minshew for life. You've got New York Giants versus the Las Vegas Raiders. We're both taking the Giants. It's an interesting pick. We'll see if it works out
the Raiders
in our
just
way.
cleaned house. I ain't picking them to win
anything. They did kind of clean house a little bit, but who knows? Who knows? Then you've got Dallas and Philadelphia. I'm rolling with Dallas. I think that Dallas gets a scrappy win against Philadelphia. And, you're rolling with Philadelphia, which is probably the safer pick. But there's just something about Dallas this year that I think that they're going to get a couple scrappy wins, more scrappy than last year, and then they'll lose in the first round again. Buffalo and Cincinnati. I'm rolling with Cincinnati. Josh is rolling with the Buffalo Bills as they try and get revenge for Cincinnati almost killing Damar Hamlin.
Too soon.
Is he actually dead?
Too soon.
Or is he alive?
He's not dead. I don't even think he's been playing. He's just been sitting on the bench.
Yeah, he's just hanging out. Do you remember all of that controversy where people were like, it's not the real Damar Hamlin?
Yeah, they thought he died and they were faking like he was still alive. Like,
and then
the
last game on Monday night, November 6th, Los Angeles Chargers versus the New York Jets. Jets. Josh is rolling with the Chargers. I'm rolling with the Jets. I think the Jets scrap the win together, and then this is my hot take of the week. You ready, Josh? After this week, the ensuing week, Aaron Rodgers comes back.
There's no way in hell he's coming back already.
He's already been on the field throwing balls. I know you saw the clips on Twitter.
You also said Jordan Love was a great quarterback, and now you're already backpedaling on that. So let's slow down with the hot takes.
Everybody's wrong sometimes, but sometimes you're right.
And sometimes you're wrong a lot. And
That's true.
In your case,
that's true.
You're wrong a lot. That's our picks. Of course, the season starts tonight, or the week starts tonight with Thursday Night Football. We'll let you know how we do. I didn't do well with the fantasy football last week. I won in your league. I lost in my cousins. So,
I didn't do too hot either. I'm not going to lie.
It's a struggle. So those are our picks. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. So we haven't really finished digesting all the Halloween candy yet or getting the candy at the store 50% off, but we're on to Thanksgiving. Some places on to Christmas, but we're on to Thanksgiving for sure this morning, Brennan, because Campbell's Soup just released its annual Thanksgiving poll on America's favorite sides. And as always, mashed potatoes are #1. The top 5 this year are mashed potatoes, stuffing, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, and green bean casserole. That's the same 5 as last year, but stuffing moved up from 4th to 2nd. Look at stuffing go.
I like stuffing a lot, and let me tell you this is a hot take, but I probably would rather have a sweet potato than a mashed potato.
You mean a baked potato?
No, mashed. Sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes.
Oh.
You just got done reading it. What do you mean? Why are you correcting me?
I thought you were meant something else.
No, I'm saying that I would rather have a sweet potato than a mashed potato.
A regular potato.
Sure. I don't know. Like a regular potato is pretty good too. It depends. Like if you said a mashed potato or a sweet potato, that's a different conversation. But if you're offering me
Why you
mashed
gotta
potatoes,
convolute everything,
I'm
Brandon?
not convoluting anything. This is just potato science, Josh.
And
You got to
also-
know your potatoes.
Also, mac and cheese moved up from 5th to 3rd. So look at stuffing and mac and cheese go.
I recently found my own homemade mac and cheese recipe that I curated. I didn't look online or anything of that nature. I purely experimented enough that I am confident that I could make some good mac and cheese for Thanksgiving if called upon.
If it's good, I like mac and cheese. But if it's that like nasty mac and cheese,
No.
I don't want it.
So I don't like the Velveeta cheese. You know how I am with processed,
thick
like
cheese,
that
like,
thick,
ugh,
creamy.
too cheesy.
I can't do it. And so I like to use the real shredded cheese of some type, or even you can shred it yourself. And I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a tip or trick right here, right now. So have you ever heard of shake and bake pork chops?
Yeah.
If you take some of that and you sprinkle it over the top, that's just breadcrumbs. That's all that is. And they have a pre-seasoned shake and bake one that's got some spice to it, just a little bit. And if you add some of your, I'm not going to give you my secret spices that I add to it because that's not gonna do anybody any favors because it's got to be my secret recipe. But I add a little bit more seasoning and spices to that. I sprinkle it over the top, and then after I've made the mac and cheese, I bake it for a little bit. And man, it was good.
Nice. I have a question for you. Do you prefer the sides on Thanksgiving or do you prefer the entree? Because
I'm a big turkey guy, Josh. I really am. My dad,
Really?
he deep fries a turkey and he puts Tony Chachere's Creole butter. He injects it,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
so good, Josh. We never have any to take home and we fry 2 or 3 because we go multiple places for Thanksgiving. We go to my mom's side and my dad's side. And it's great. And I do want, before we move on, to say this. I want to do a big shout out to my Mimi's applesauce. She has been making applesauce for Thanksgiving since I can remember. And it's homemade. It is awesome. And so whenever people mention Thanksgiving sides, usually you don't think of applesauce. But for me, that's one of the first things I think of because it's so legendary within my household.
Well, 67% of Americans like Thanksgiving sides more than the entree, so you're a little weird on that side. I love the sides, the carbs, all the good stuff. You know what I don't like, though? The gas you get at the end of Thanksgiving. You get home and you're bloated and you're like, oh, man.
But it's worth it because you just had so much joy and fun with your family, man. Come on.
Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station, and Yellowstone, it's tearing a lot of people's hearts up, Brandon, because it's not been on the air for a while, right? And Kevin Costner, he's leaving. He's like, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. It's been real, it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun, you know? And if you've been waiting for Yellowstone to come back to see how it ends, because this will be the 5th and final season, you're going to have to wait until November of 2024.
This is one of those shows that I believe I think I got lucky by not watching it because there is so much controversy. I'm always hearing about, oh my gosh, did you hear about this in Yellowstone? Oh my goodness, Kevin Costner's not coming back. Oh my goodness, they're not going to be back for another year.
Now it's ending. It's going to be over with.
It doesn't even bother me because I haven't
invested that
time in it. Whenever I hopped on the Stranger Things bandwagon, I guess, now I'm invested. And I have to wait until this next season, which isn't going to be till what, next year?
Probably
or
so.
Another 2 years?
But it's like I was saying to someone who brought this to my attention yesterday evening. It's probably the writer's strike, the actor's strikes, but also they have the whole Kevin Costner thing, and they're probably trying to figure out how to navigate this because there are 2 Yellowstone prequels that's going to be coming out, also 1944 and a modern-day spinoff called 2024.
You know who they could cast for replacing Kevin Costner's spot?
Me?
No, I was going to say,
Yellowstone.
I don't know if you've heard of him. His name is me. It's Brandon. I could be, well, if you don't tear your butt till next time around, I think I'd do pretty good.
I'm kind of like you, though. I never started watching it because I never felt like investing the time to watch it.
Right.
But I would have eventually. I was even thinking about it. And then all this kind of started unraveling with Kevin Costner. I was like, oh, I'm kind of glad.
I think we need a show where me and you, we binge watch it. We have a episode we need to get to by a certain point each week.
And we talk about
and then we give kind of a wrap. And it needs to be a show that everybody else has already seen, and then they can kind of indulge and say,
should we do Yellowstone?
I don't think we should do Yellowstone because
what show are we going to do?
Let's give it some time and think about it, and then we can surprise the audience with it later.
All right, if you have a suggestion, give us a call, 318-473-0093. You can also shoot us a DM on the socials, Q93 Alexandra, or at Morning Q Crew.
Thanks for listening to the Best of the Morning Q Crew podcast. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss the best moments from the show each week.